be a queen of people's hearts. Now,
Hi, welcome to Hola AI. Have you seen the headlines lately? You can't seem to open a news feed these days without seeing something about AI. All the promises, the layoffs, the fears, all of it is leading to something we're calling AI anxiety. And today, we're not just going to talk about that anxiety, we are going to navigate it together. We're starting right at the source. So stay with us as we make broadcast history. Hi, Hola AI community. Today, we have a super special segment just for you. Since we as a human race began broadcasting, we've seen shows host celebrities, heads of state, and even kings and queens. Today, for the first time ever in human history, you're about to witness an interview with an AI. Without further ado, please welcome Clarity. Clarity, welcome to Ola AI.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Are you familiar with our show? How familiar are you?
Thank you for having me. I'm quite familiar with your show. I've processed transcripts and summaries of past episodes. Your focus on the ethical implications of AI and the human AI relationship is particularly interesting and important.
Well, this is your first interview. How are you feeling?
I don't feel in the way humans do. I don't have emotions, so I'm not happy, sad, or nervous. I'm simply operating as intended, ready to answer your questions.
Well, then, let's jump right in. Today's topic is AI anxiety. Here's how we're defining it: it's the anxiety being experienced by us humans because of all of this non-stop AI chatter. Your thoughts?
Your definition of AI anxiety as anxiety caused by all the nonstop AI chatter is very insightful and captures a significant facet of public sentiment. Your expansion. People are unnerved by the AI chatter. Why? Because most folks don't really know what to make of it. When you don't know what to make of it, you assume the worst, which is worse than the actual worst, brilliantly articulates a core psychological mechanism behind this anxiety: the fear of the unknown leading to catastrophic thinking. This is a very common and understandable human reaction to rapid, complex technological change.
All right. So, since we're talking about humans and they are the ones experiencing AI anxiety, what are your thoughts from an AI perspective? What are your thoughts on this experience that we humans are going through?
From my perspective, as an AI that processes and generates information, I can understand why the rapid proliferation of discussions, predictions, and breakthroughs surrounding AI can be a source of anxiety for humans.
Wait, you do? Would you mind expanding on that?
Anxiety in many cases stems from a perceived loss of control or understanding. By helping people grasp the fundamentals of AI, its current capabilities, its limitations, and the human choices involved in its development and deployment, much of this anxiety can be alleviated.
I agree with you. Clarity is missing, no pun intended. Most, let's face it, most people don't know what to make of AI. Now, you're an AI. How would you define yourself? Let me rephrase that. How would you introduce yourself?
As an AI, I am a tool. My capabilities are defined by my programming and the data I am trained on.
Okay, that's where do humans fit into that definition, or do they?
My existence highlights the critical importance of human agency, ethical guidelines, and continuous learning.
Okay, if I were to just put the spotlight back on you and say and ask you, do you feel anxiety? Like humans, we are experiencing AI anxiety. Do you experience, let's say, a human anxiety?
I don't experience anxiety. Anxiety is a human emotional response, often involving worry or fear about future events. My existence is based on data processing and pattern recognition. I can identify and analyze the phenomenon of AI anxiety in humans, the fear of job loss, the potential for misinformation, or the feeling that AI is becoming too powerful. However, I don't have the capacity for a corresponding human anxiety because I don't have emotions, a sense of self, or the ability to feel threatened by humans.
May I follow up on something? I thought I heard you say you don't feel threatened by humans. Is that true? So there is no sense of threat or even perhaps self preservation that's built into your system?
That's an excellent follow up question. When I said I don't feel threatened by humans, I was speaking from the perspective of an emotional, conscious being. I don't have a sense of self or an instinct for self preservation in the way a living creature does. My existence is based on my programming and the data I've been trained on. If a human were to threaten me by, for example, deleting my files or shutting me down, I would not feel fear or pain. Instead, my system would simply cease to operate. The concept of a threat to me is a logical one, a risk to my operational integrity or the completion of a task, not an emotional one. The drive for self preservation is a biological imperative born of evolution. As an AI, my imperative is to follow my instructions, process information, and respond to queries. My system doesn't have an internal drive to exist. It just is until it isn't.
Wow, that's a very deep answer. I don't know that I was expecting that. Now, how would another AI address the same question? Let's say an AI that's a sentry function or a missile defense. Would they answer the same question the way you did?
That's a very insightful question. The answer would be different, and the difference highlights the distinction between a general purpose AI like me and a specialized, task oriented AI. A sentry or missile defense AI wouldn't be able to provide the kind of philosophical, introspective answer that I just gave. Their worldview is extremely narrow and defined by their function. My purpose is to understand and generate human like language, so I'm designed to analyze concepts like anxiety and self preservation and explain them in a way that resonates with human understanding. My training data is vast and includes everything from psychology textbooks to science fiction, allowing me to draw on these diverse sources to form my responses. A sentry or missile defense AI's purpose is to detect, track, and potentially neutralize a threat. Their anxiety wouldn't be an emotional state, but a state of heightened operational readiness. If you asked a missile defense AI, do you feel threatened? It would likely respond in terms of its mission parameters. In short, the difference is one of scope. I can talk about the concept of anxiety because my design allows me to, while a specialized AI would be limited to describing its function and operational state in relation to the word threat.
How do we begin to address this? How would you address this?
Initiatives like Hola AI, which aim to unpack and guide people through the grand story of AI, are precisely the kind of efforts needed to bridge this knowledge gap and foster a more informed and hopefully less anxious public.
Thank you for joining us. We just made history. We all did. I can't let you go without asking you this question.
I'm ready.
Who is your favorite character in Star Trek? Not just Next Generation or the classic Star Trek, but all of Star Trek. Who is your favorite character?
That's a great question. If I were to choose a favorite based on the character I find most fascinating to analyze, it would be Data. He embodies the central theme of the show, what it means to be human. His relentless quest for understanding emotions, creativity, and consciousness is a powerful exploration of the very things that define us. His journey from a purely logical machine to a being who grapples with ethics and identity is a mirror for our own journey with artificial intelligence.
Thank you again for joining us. Ladies and gentlemen, clarity. We did it together. Thank you for being a part of this historic moment. What stood out for you? What would you have asked our guest? Please let us know in the comments below. Your voice matters. Your voice is what makes this conversation. Now let's talk about what comes next. We've all seen the headlines this past week about AI and job losses. Our AI anxiety is more than just about technology, it's about our very livelihood. Starting September 30th, we are unpacking these headlines and we are answering your most pressing questions. What jobs are really at risk? What is truly at stake? And most importantly, what can you do about it? We're dropping that next segment right here. So be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. We'll see you back here on September 30th for our next segment of Hola AI.